Gilligan's Island, Episode 17, Little Island, Big Gun. A mob leader, Jackson Farrell, and his henchmen, fleeing from the police, land on the island. At night, under the cover of darkness, Farrell and his accomplice, Gates, pilot a small boat with an outboard motor onto the lagoon. The motor is cut, and the men use oars to paddle their way onto the shore quietly. Once ashore, Farrell steps onto the shore. Gates removes Farrell's provisions from the boat. Farrell ventures into the jungle, followed by Gates. Both men are in suits and wear hats. They look remarkably like gangsters. Farrell makes his way into the jungle. Gates carries Farrell's provisions further.
What a haul, boss! $500,000?
Farrell steps over a fallen tree trunk.
I'm well aware of the contents, Gates.
Gates puts the provisions down.
Boy, you sure know how to pick a hideout, boss. This little old island ain't even on the maps.
Precisely. Uncharted, uninhabited. It's a perfect place to relax while the police conduct their investigation.
Gates pats Farrell on the back.
I'll be back real soon, boss.
You boys take the sea spray back to the regular shipping lanes as soon as possible so the Coast Guard will spot you.
Huh?
Now, once the sea spray has been boarded and searched, you come back here, pick me up, and we go to South America.
I got handed to you, boss. Now look, you got everything?
Well, let's see. Foodstuffs, cooking utensils, bedroll, and a large deposit from the Monarch Bank, and a good friend.
Farrell opens his suit coat to reveal a gun.
You got everything. I'll see you soon, boss.
Gates pats Farrell on the back again, turns and walks through the jungle underbrush. Later during the day, Skipper, Gilligan, and Professor emerge from the jungle into the camp clearing. Skipper calls out to the girls.
Skipper, what's for breakfast?
Ladies, what's for breakfast?
Gilligan, Skipper, and Professor sit down at the community table. Marianne emerges from the girls' hut with a tray of food. Take a wild guess and try coconut.
Well, never mind. Just digging.
Ginger emerges from the girls' hut, too.
But Skipper, it's always coconut. Sliced coconut, diced coconut, baked coconut, fried coconut, coconut stuff.
We're going to have a treat for Thanksgiving dinner.
What's that?
Coconut drumstick.
Ugh.
Gilligan puts his head down on the table in disappointment. Farrell fries bacon in a frying pan with a fork. He holds a piece of partially cooked bacon near his face to smell it. As the men sit and eat their coconut meals, Gilligan sniffs the air.
Huh? Wait a minute. I smell bacon.
Sure you do, Gilligan.
Skipper scoffs. Skipper leans over to the professor. The professor also leans in. Skipper gives him a side glance.
I think Gilligan got too.
Gilligan gives Skipper a dirty look. Farrell enjoys the aroma of the bacon on his fork. He looks at the bacon and provides a hint of a smile. The men sit at the table and eat coconut from their plates.
You know, I thought I smelled bacon too.
See?
Yet the professor dismisses the idea completely.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just a figment of our imagination.
Yeah, well, my figment smells just the way I like it. Well done and crisp.
Gilligan searches the jungle for date trees. He holds a bow and arrow. His quiver is strapped over his shoulder. Today, his prey are the dates that grow high in the trees.
Gilligan!
Over here, Skipper.
Skipper emerges from the jungle growth.
Listen, little buddy. If we want to eat something of the day besides coconuts every day, we're gonna have to hustle up some other kind of food.
I'm all set. I'm gonna pick up some dates.
With a bow and arrow?
Well, it's a kinch, so we can't climb these trees. I figured I'll just shoot them down.
Well, certainly, Gilligan. If you're real careful, maybe you can shoot the pits out of them at the same time.
I bet it works. Watch.
Gilligan, you've pulled some pretty funny stunts on this since you've been here, but
Gilligan shoots the arrow high into the tree above them. Dates rain down.
It worked. It worked, Skipper. Look at them all. Dates, dates, and dates.
little buddy, you did it!
Yeah.
Okay, I'll gather these up and take it back to camp. You go out and hunt some more.
But Skipper, I shot them down, so I ought to take them back to camp.
Gilligan!
Like I was saying, I shot them down, so you ought to take them back.
Exactly.
Okay, see you later.
Gilligan leaves the skipper to pick up the dates. He ventures further into the jungle. Farrell sits on a suitcase and counts the bills from the stolen loot. He hears some foliage rustling and stops counting. He picks up the bag of loot, stuffs the money back inside, and rises to his feet. In the distance, Gilligan hunts for dates. Farrell finds a small bare tree, reaches up, and puts the bag of money between two branches on the tree. Gilligan inserts an arrow onto his bow and spies dates in a tree. Farrell removes his gun and points it at Gilligan. Gilligan crouches down to steady himself and takes aim. Farrell turns around to look to Gilligan's target. Gilligan shoots his arrow. Another direct hit. Dates rain down on Farrell. Farrell puts his gun away, and Gilligan walks over to the base of the date tree.
I did it! I got a hit! Directed! Oh boy, look at them all. Big hit. Look. Ah!
Gilligan noticed Farrell.
What are you doing here? Oh, me? I was just about to ask you the same thing. I was shipwrecked. Amazing. That's just what happened to me. Shipwrecked. Barely made it to shore. I'm sure glad you made it. But if you were shipwrecked, how come your clothes are not even wrinkled?
Gilligan reaches out to touch Farrell's suit label. Farrell stops him.
Drip dry. Your shoes, drip dry too. I guess they're drip drying everything back home since we got shipwrecked. We? Yeah. There are other people on this island besides yourself? The skipper, the professor, Ginger, Marianne, and Mr. and Mrs. Howell. I see. I don't know how your boat got wrecked. No boats ever come around here. I was, destined for an island somewhere in this facility. Facility? No, whatever. All the islands here are uninhabited except a few that have wild natives on them. Well, that's just it. I was heading for an island with wild natives. I was going to help them rid their island of tropical diseases. You see, I'm a doctor. Oh, a doctor? Oh, boy. Oh, boy, what a break. Having a doctor here on the island. Did you save many lives? Saved a few, lost a few. Can't win them all.
Gilligan shakes his head. Farrell shakes his head too. Gilligan nods. Farrell nods in return. Gilligan offers his hand to Farrell.
My name's Gilligan. I'm Jackson Farrell. Dr. Jackson Farrell. Glad to meet you, sir. Come back to camp. I'll introduce you to the rest. You'll like them. I know you will. I'm sure I will. Oh, I see you have a bow and arrow. Does that mean that there are no guns on the island? Oh, we have guns. Oh. No bullets. Oh.
Farrell smiles. Gilligan shows Farrell what he does with it. Gilligan removes an arrow from his quiver and places it into his bow.
I use it to shoot them. Bleh. What I'm trying to say is, I use it to shoot down these dates. Quite right. That's how we met. You kind of get like that. And then
Gilligan lets go of the bowstring and the arrow flies. It flies right into the bag of money that Farrell hid earlier. The arrow anchors the bottom of the bag, which pivots and dumps its content. A shower of bills falls from the bag. Gilligan is astonished. He walks over to the tree.
money! Gilligan! Money! Gilligan! Money! 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 Now,
Farrell
Gilligan,
tries to calm Gilligan.
Gilligan, we're rich! Rich! Gilligan, just a minute. Don't worry, I'll cut you in, because you were here when I found it. Oh, boy.
Gilligan notices the bag from which the money fell.
How did it get up there?
He pulls the arrow out of the bag. Farrell takes the bag and collects the money into it. Gilligan uses an arrow to stab the money.
Now, let me explain, Gilligan. You remember me telling you about the natives and the tropical diseases? Well, this money was part of the endowment to build a hospital on that island. Oh. Fortunately, I saved a sack before the boat went down. You mean people donated this money to you?
Farrell pauses. He nods. Gilligan stops stabbing the currency, and Farrell grabs the end of the arrow and removes the money.
That's a good way to put it. They donated it to me. Sure was generous of them. Gilligan, you should have seen the way they handed it over to me.
The Howells are lounging on their chairs with tall glasses of tropical drinks as Gilligan and Farrell walk through the jungle towards camp. Mr. Howell's pith helmet is pulled over his face as he leans back in his chair.
Mr. and Mrs. Howell? Here comes Gilligan with a man we've never seen before.
Mr. Howell pulls his pith helmet back.
Oh, I do wish he wouldn't stop by with people not even dressed.
Mr. and Mrs. Howell? I'd like you to meet Dr. Jackson Farrell. A doctor? Oh, marvelous!
Doctor, you know, I have this worst shooting pain.
Mr. Howell points at his side. Phil grabs his wrist as if he's checking Mr. Howell's pulse.
Have you had it before?
Well, yes.
Farrell places his hand on Mr. Howell's forehead.
Well, you got it again.
Farrell drops Mr. Howell's arm and releases his forehead.
He was shipwrecked like us. He was on his way to an island to help the natives.
You work with natives? Well, that must be very rewarding.
I'm gonna go tell the others.
Yes, you do. Will you sit down, Doctor? Perhaps you can join lovely Mrs. Howell and myself.
Mr. Howell sits next to Mrs. Howell, and Farrell sits on Mr. Howell's chair.
So, you were wrecked en route to the island?
Yes, it came as quite a blow. I had great plans for the island. Modern hospital, latest technical equipment, a lab.
Oh, you're a laboratory! Hospitals happen to be one of our favorite charities. Lovey, remind me to send him a check. Would a few $100,000 be enough?
Farrell is startled. He removes his hat.
A few 100,000?
But of course, Doctor. Philanthropic work like yours must be encouraged. Native diseases so often affect the natives.
Doctor, for that kind of money, could you possibly name a disease after us?
Yes, not the run-of-the-mill disease, Doctor. Something that's a little simple, special. For example, something like, beriberi.
Yes. Perhaps you could call it how.
Oh, marvelous, Thurston. In that way, we each get separate billing.
The Howells rub their noses together. Farrell is puzzled and doesn't know what to make of the Howells. Gilligan explains Farrell's situation to Mary Ann and Ginger. Ginger leans on a tree.
And he was washed up on the island, just like we were.
Oh, I'm so glad you were safe, Doctor.
What a lucky break for us! In case any of us get sick, you can give us a shot.
That's true. I might be able to give you a shot at that. He's a real famous doctor. He builds hospitals and everything.
Oh, how exciting. What do you specialize in, Doctor?
Surgery.
Surgery!
Yes, I've devoted myself all my life to removing things.
Later in the day, the professor, Gilligan, Farrell, and Skipper argue over where Farrell will bunk. The men eagerly try to convince Farrell to bunk with them.
I insist that you move in with us.
No, I won't hear of it.
And share a hut.
Why, certainly, Doctor. Everything we have is yours.
You're all very kind, but I'm sure you're somewhat pressed for accommodations.
Oh, nonsense. We've got plenty of room.
You could have Gilligan's bunk.
Hmm.
Gilligan, stop around.
No. I don't wish to impose.
Well, it's no imposition at all, is it, Gilligan?
No, it's no imposition at all.
Gilligan will remove your gear right away, won't you, Gilligan?
Sure, he'll move his gear out right away. Won't you, Gilligan?
Gilligan turns and walks to the hut. Gilligan walks into the doorframe of the boys' hut, muttering under his breath. As Gilligan enters the hut and walks over to the bunk and rolls up his blanket, Gilligan turns on the radio. As the news report unfolds, Gilligan stops to listen carefully to the new bulletin.
We interrupt this program for this special news bulletin. The international master criminal, Jackson Farrell, has escaped by sea with over $500,000 taken in a holdup from the Monarch Bank last Thursday.
Gilligan rhetorically asks the radio.
Jackson Farrell? Yes, Jackson Farrell has done it again. No clues are available, but it is suspected that Farrell and his accomplices are hiding out somewhere in the tiny uncharted islands of the South Pacific.
Professor, Farrell, and Skipper are discussing rescue.
Well, Doctor, when they discover that you haven't arrived on this native island, they'll send out a search party, won't they?
That's possible. Very possible.
Gilligan emerges from the hut and tries to get the attention of Skipper. He puts the radio down on the ground.
Well, is it possible that when your ship has fused, Doctor? What is it, Gilligan? Is something wrong with your finger?
Nothing wrong with my finger.
Do you want the doctor to look at it?
No.
Then will you stop interrupting? Trying to have an important conversation with the doctor here.
Farrell turns back around. Gilligan waves his arms to get Skipper's attention again. Gilligan pantomimes a bank robbery by jabbing himself in the back and then holding up his arms.
Now, what I wanted to ask you is when your ship went down, possibly they have a fix on our position?
Gilligan waves at Skipper and points to his back. Gilligan sticks his arms up again.
Unfortunately, it all happened so quick.
Farrell turns around and sees Gilligan with his arms stretching above him. He recovers by turning it into a fish story.
I just wanted to say I caught a fish in this bag.
Well, good for you, Gilligan. Now, will you get in the hut and clean it out so the doctor can move in?
What's that you got there, Gilligan? A transistor radio? Yes, sir. Oh, then you're able to receive news from the outside world. Well, we could if it worked.
Gilligan pretends to turn on the radio.
Well, Gilligan, there's nothing wrong with that.
See, I turn it on. Nothing even happens. Look. See, it's not working.
Give me the radio.
No, Skipper, it doesn't work. Skipper, stop. Hey, Skipper, it doesn't work. Hey,
give me the radio.
Skipper, it doesn't work.
Skipper and Gilligan fight for control of the radio, but it falls out of their hands and on the ground.
You broke it. It'll never work now.
You better hope it works, Gilligan.
Repeating our previous bulletin.
Gilligan looks at the radio with dread as the story is retold.
It has been definitely confirmed that the holdup of the Monarch Bank was masterminded by Jackson Farrell.
Gilligan turns off the radio.
Well, that's the news for today. Let's go back and hit the hut.
Farrell pulls the gun out of his suit coat.
Hold it!
He motions for the professor to join Skipper and Gilligan.
So now you know. Before too long, a boat will arrive to pick me up. Until that time, I don't want any problems. If any problems do arise, I won't hesitate to eliminate them. Any questions? Yes, Gilligan. Any bullets in that gun?
Farrell smiles and fires the gun. The professor tenses up. The bullet hits the door from between Gilligan and Skipper. Gilligan
Any more questions?
Gilligan nods briskly. Skipper turns and looks at the bullet hole in the door frame. Later that night, Skipper sits on his bunk. Gilligan and the professor stare out the window and door of the hut.
Any sign of him?
No, he must be down by the fire someplace.
Well, we've got to have a plan of action. It seems reasonable he can't stay awake all night.
Exactly. He's got to doze off sometime. That's when we get the gun.
Yeah, and then when he dozes off, you two jump him, and his gun will fly up in the air, and then I'll catch it and say, good evening.
Gilligan. Farrell had popped up from the window, pointing the gun at Gilligan.
Good evening. Sounds like a very intriguing plan. Stay right there.
Farrell opens the hut door and enters. He points his gun at Gilligan as he explains the new situation.
Don't move. I've just finished tying up the others for the evening, and now I want you to tie up both of them. Him first.
Farrell motions the gun towards Skipper and hands a rope to him. Gilligan takes the rope and walks over to Skipper.
Skipper, you better lay down.
Gilligan ties Skipper to his bunk.
Leave it a little loose.
Leave it a little what?
Gilligan realizes his mistake and looks over at Farrell, who insistently points his gun at Gilligan. Later, Skipper is thoroughly tied to his bunk. Gilligan lies next to him on a bunk. Farrell secures the rope on the professor on the third bunk.
There. That should keep you gentlemen in place for the night. I hope I haven't cut off your circulation. Oh, no. See?
Gilligan moves his leg to show Farrell that the ropes are entirely too loose. Gilligan wiggles his foot, and the rope falls off. He waves his leg in the air. Farrell crouches down and reties Gilligan's leg. As he rises to his feet, he pats Gilligan on his knee.
Thanks for telling me, Gilligan. You're welcome.
Farrell leaves. Later in the night, Skipper awakes and realizes some time has passed. He looks around and doesn't see Farrell, so he pulls at his bonds. He tries to rock his bunk so that he might get on his feet. On the second try, Skipper shakes it further. The third try is almost successful. Skipper lies all the way back down. Gilligan sees what the skipper has been doing and tries to get his bunk upright. Professor joins in. All three tried to get their bunks upright. They struggle, but Skipper finally makes it to his feet. Gilligan joins him. The professor finally makes it to his feet too. Skipper hobbles over to the door, but the bunk is too tall to make it through the door. He backs away from the door and turns to Gilligan.
Gilligan, you try. You're thinner than I am.
Gilligan walks his bunk over to the door.
Bend way down.
Gilligan slams into the doorframe.
No, bend down.
Gilligan bends over forward and carries his bunk on his back.
That's it.
Professor joins Skipper at the door. They try to push Gilligan through it.
Come on, give him a push. Push, Gilligan.
Gilligan's face is wedged between the door hut and the bunk behind him. Skipper and the professor push.
No! Ow!
Professor, push him.
Gilligan's face is smashed against the door.
Skipper, I'm stuck.
Gilligan's eyes grow wide.
Skipper's coming back.
Jackson Farrell emerges from the jungle and walks across the camp clearing. The professor, Gilligan, and Skipper line up their bunks and ease them back onto the ground.
Get down, boys.
They slowly descend to a horizontal reclining position. Farrell looks in the window, hears the men snoring, smiles, and turns around and walks away. Later in the day, the Howells are looking for Farrell in the jungle. They come across his suitcase.
Mr. Farrell?
Mr. Bell?
Farrell, where are you? Mr. Farrell?
Mr. Bell?
Farrell hears them calling for him and emerges from the jungle behind them.
Mr. Farrell! Mr. Farrell!
Mr. Bell?
The Howells stop at the overturned tree trunk at the makeshift camp Farrell had set up. Farrell sneaks up behind the Howells.
Yes?
Mr. Farrell, Mrs. Howe and I have been discussing this rather sticky situation that exists between us.
Yes.
Yes, what he said. You know, the fact that you're a thief instead of a doctor.
Please, lovey. Dr. Farrell, I mean, Mr. Farrell, I think there is something that could be negotiated between us?
Think,
Oh.
Mr. Howell removes a piece of driftwood from his coat.
So I have this piece of driftwood, see? I used it as check, you see? It says, pay to the order of Mr. Jackson Farrell $100,000, and it has my signature.
$100,000?
A small piece. Farrell takes the driftwood from Mr. Howell and examines it. The driftwood check has a small piece of seaweed, makes it appear like there is a comma after the first zero, making it look like 10,000.
That says 10,000.
10,000? Oh, no!
Mr. Howell wipes off the seaweed, revealing that the intent was 100,000.
That comma, that's a piece of seaweed. Here we are.
Are you kidding? If I try to cash this crazy check, the police will be on me in a second.
Dustin, he's right. It would be disastrous for Mr. Farrell to cash that check.
Please, lovey. Sometimes I think a woman's place is in the hut.
Mr. Howell takes his driftwood check back. He takes Mrs. Howell's arm. They turn and walk back down the path. Later, Skipper sneaks around the boys' hut and sees Farrell as he sits around the corner enjoying a beverage from a bamboo glass. Satisfied, Skipper sneaks back to Gilligan to hatch their plan. Gilligan stands on a low rung on a ladder, which reaches to the top of the hut. Gilligan holds a net with coconut anchors.
It's the perfect setup.
Oh, great.
I'll help you up, okay?
Gilligan swings the net on into Skipper's belly. Gilligan clumsily climbs the ladder. Skipper lifts the weighted net. Gilligan hoists the net over his shoulder, but it is so large that it is so unwieldy. Gilligan slightly loses his balance and backs into Skipper, who tries to hold up the weighted net. Gilligan climbs up a few rungs.
Gilligan, will you stop that? I'm on your side! Now, I'll grab his gun after you hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Gilligan climbs down a few rungs.
How come we have to...
The weighted net comes down on Skipper. Gilligan nearly drops the coconut weighted net on Skipper. It envelops Skipper's head.
Ah!
And the Skipper struggles to get the coconuts off his head.
Give me a hand, Skipper.
Gilligan climbs up the rungs of the ladder. As Gilligan moves up the ladder, Skipper climbs up a few rungs. Gilligan climbs onto the thatched roof of the hut. He gathers the coconuts and carries them. His foot catches on the ladder and Skipper moves Gilligan's foot. Gilligan climbs across the roof, carrying the coconut weighted net to a spot above Farrell. Gilligan peers down and evaluates the scene. Gilligan smiles and flashes the OK sign back to Skipper. Gilligan gathers up the net and lifts it over his head. Skipper winces as he hears a crash. Expectantly, Skipper sneaks around the corner to check on their trap. The chair on which Farrell sat is overturned, the net covering it, and Farrell's hat sits on top. The chair moves like there is someone under it.
Nice work, Gilligan. We did it. We got him.
Farrell pops up, still holding his beverage, from the nearby underbrush.
We have.
Farrell and Skipper both look at the chair. Gilligan is crawling out from under the netted chair. He spits out a fruit peel.
Sorry, I slipped.
Later, Ginger is carrying a bamboo container along a path in the jungle. The professor comes up behind her.
Here, let me help you.
Thank you, Professor. Gee, there must be something we can do.
Well, that gun is the key to the situation. If we could get that gun before his friends arrive, we'd have a chance.
I think I had an idea how to get that gun.
Farrell appears on the path behind them.
Oh? How?
Ginger turns and sees Farrell coming.
What? Coming. Okay then, be jealous. I'm telling you, he's my kind of man.
What?
And that's going to be your attitude. I don't want any part of you. Get lost. Go on, get lost.
The professor catches on. Ginger turns and walks towards Farrell. The professor makes a hasty leave. Ginger grabs Farrell's arm.
Mr. Farrell, we were just discussing you. Won't you sit down?
Farrell takes a seat.
We were getting along so beautifully when we first met.
Ginger removes his hat and tosses it aside.
That's when you thought I was a doctor.
Ginger seductively puts her arms around his neck and gently strokes him.
Yes, you're even more interesting now. It must be fascinating going to all those exotic places all over the world. When your friends come back, how about taking me with you?
Say, that's an idea. I've got enough loot now to cover you and the minks. Sables, you like that, Toots?
I'm a woman.
Yeah, I noticed.
Ginger runs her hand down his chest. She moves to the other side of the chair and sits down next to him. Ginger runs her hand down his chest and puts one arm inside his suit coat.
We can make beautiful music together, Jackson. Beautiful music.
Ginger?
Yes, Jackson?
And that beautiful music will be, and the angels sing, if you get any closer to that gun.
Farrell hears Gilligan. Farrell hears Gilligan running up the path and jumps to his feet. Gilligan runs out from the jungle to the clearing. Marianne follows him closely.
Hey, Skipper! Skipper! Hey, Skipper!
The professor rushes in to meet them. Farrell and Ginger enter from the other side.
What's the hurry, Gilligan? There's a boat rowing ashore! Oh, it would seem my departure is near at hand.
Farrell climbs up the bamboo ladder to the roof of the boys' hut. Gilligan and the professor help him up the ladder.
Mr. Farrell, when you get back to civilization, how about telling them about us being stranded on this island?
Farrell lies on his stomach on the roof, peering out to the ocean.
And run the risk of you returning and blowing the whistle on me and my friends? Gilligan, give me that glass.
Gilligan picks up a bamboo spyglass leaning on the hut and hands it up to Farrell. Farrell takes the spyglass and looks through it toward the ocean.
That isn't any of my boys. It's the Indigo Mob.
The Indigo Mob!
They must have tailed me. Skipper, Mr. and Mrs. Howe?
As the Howes and Skipper emerge from the hut, Farrell takes Mary Ann's hand and pulls her away from the others. Farrell removes his gun and points it at them.
Now, you're all gonna do exactly as I say.
The professor stands dressed as an island native. He has woolly hair, face paint, beads, various plants fashioned into decorations in his hair. Mrs. Howe, who is dressed similarly with face paint, large hoop earrings, and flowers in her woolly hair. Mr. Howe is dressed as an island native chief. He wears a headdress, face paint, beads, and feathers. Ginger wears, Ginger wears face paint, long dangling earrings, and a flower in her hair. Skipper wears woolly hair, face paint, and beads. And finally, Gilligan wears woolly hair, beads, face paint, and earrings like the others. Farrell holds Marianne hostage and grabs her arm. He points his gun at her.
Remember, as natives, you speak no English, understand? You answer all questions in native gibberish.
But, sir, what will happen if we have to.
Shut up!
Skipper puts his hand. Skipper puts his hand over Gilligan's mouth. Gilligan gets the gist and starts speaking in gibberish as Skipper releases his hand. Farrell smiles at him and Gilligan smiles back. Farrell moves to a better view of the jungle path and pulls Marianne with him. He sees the members of the Indigo Mob coming down the path. He draws Marianne inside the hut.
I'll be inside the hut with a gun pointed at your pretty little friend. Remember, one slip and no pretty little friend.
Farrell shuts the hut door behind him and the Indigo Mob appears at the edge of the camp. The castaways are dressed as natives as they're lined up.
I hope one of them can understand English.
I've seen a lot of primitive tribes in my day, but this one takes the cake. This outfit can set back civilization 2,000 years.
The castaways begin moving. Ginger dances.
Looking for white man. Criminal. He hold up bank.
Lucky forms the shape of guns with his fingers. Ginger continues to dance. Mr. Howe nods. Farrell threatens Marianne with his gun.
No speak English?
Lucky. It looks to me like they don't speak anything.
Yeah. Come on, let's get out of here.
Skipper speaks in gibberish, and Gilligan makes noises. Hank walks over to them.
Oh, so you do talk.
Hank points at Gilligan and Skipper.
Lucky, get a load of these two. It's hard to believe they're human beings.
Yeah.
Hank walks over to Ginger.
That one don't need to speak anything.
Yeah, you could say that again. Hello, Dolly.
I think she's trying to tell you something, Hank.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell her something too, you know what I mean?
Hank bites the air.
It's a good thing she can't understand English. She'd slap your face.
Ginger slaps his face.
Ugh.
Hank is stunned. He leans over to the skipper. The skipper points to the hut with one hand, but masks his action with the other.
Must have been the way I said it. Let's get out of here.
Lucky and Hank walk to leave. As they pass Mr. Howell, he speaks.
Mula, mula, mula.
Huh?
I got a sworn I heard him say mula, mula, mula. Even the most native tribes must know about money.
He looks like the village bum.
Mr. Howell points to the hut while masking a gesture with his body.
Mula, mula, mula. I guess he's asking for a hand. Indeed.
Mrs. Howell scolds him in gibberish, and then she stomps her foot onto Mr. Howell. Mr. Howell gets the message.
Okie dokie. Hey, how'd you like that? Even the natives are henpecked. Let's get out of here.
Lucky and Hank then leave. Later in the day, Gates arrived in their boat, which rests on the lagoon shore. Professor, Skipper, and Gilligan help them load the Pharaoh's provisions and money onto the boat.
I want to thank you all for coming down here and seeing me off.
Gilligan hands Gates a bedroll. Gates loads it onto the boat.
Mr. Jackson, please notify the authorities about us. Sure we will, huh, boss?
Gilligan lifts a bag of money and turns towards the jungle. Gates catches him by the arm. Gilligan shakes Gates' hand but hands the bag to Skipper. Skipper pivots and hands the bag to the professor. The professor takes a step away from shore, but Farrell stops him and takes the bag of money. Farrell hands the bag to Gates, and Gates puts the bag onto the boat. Farrell and Gates step into the boat and points his gun at the men.
Nobody likes a wise guy. All right, let's jump off.
Gates puts on the cord to start the outboard motor.
Come on, Slim, give us a hand.
Skipper and the professor help push their boat offshore. The motor putters to life. The anchor line stretches to the shore. Where the anchor sits, Farrell realizes they are still tethered to shore.
Gilligan, give us the anchor.
Gilligan removes the anchor where it is hooked behind a fallen tree trunk. He swings it around his head like a shot put.
No, don't throw it. Bring it to me.
Gilligan winds up and releases the anchor. The anchor misses the boat, but the line wraps itself around a bag of money and pulls it overboard. The bag sinks with the anchor. Farrell looks over the side of the boat in dismay.
The money! The money!
Farrell and Gates look toward the motor. Currency floats to the top of the water after it has been chopped to bits.
Stop the motor! Stop the motor! The propeller's chewing the money off the bits!
Gates kills the motor. Farrell stands up and steps off the boat into the lagoon. The professor, Gilligan, and Skipper watch from shore. Farrell dives down and pulls up handfuls of destroyed currency.
It's all chopped up! It's all chopped up! Cheaters never prosper.
Farrell tosses a handful of money aside and reaches down into his coat and pulls out his gun.
I'm gonna get that Gilligan.
From the shore, Skipper, Gilligan, and the professor hit the sand.
I've gotta give it to that Gilligan!
He pulls the trigger, and like a squirt gun, only water comes out. Farrell looks at his gun in disappointment.
The gun is wet, boss.
You think? Thanks for the information.
Hey! Their gun is full of water! Come on, let's get them!
The professor, Gilligan, and Skipper run into the lagoon. Gates points to the castaways running into the water.
Here they come, boss!
Let's get out of here. With Gilligan on the island, you can't win.
Farrell climbs back into the boat. Skipper, Professor, and Gilligan swim after them. Gates steers the boat toward the ocean.
It's no use, Skipper. We can't catch them.
Gilligan dives under the water.
I guess you're right, Professor.
Gilligan resurfaces.
Look, I'm looking for the money. I think I got it.
Bring it up!
I got it.
Gilligan pulls the lobster out of the water, and the men laugh. Later that day, the radio sits on the ground. Gilligan sits at the table. A spool of currency, pasted together from bits, is spooled on the floor. Gilligan uses a brush and a container of paste to glue the bits together.
We interrupt this program to bring you a late news bulletin. The Coast Guard has boarded the Sea Spray to apprehend Jackson Farrell and his gang of the bank robbers. Oh, hey, Skipper, look!
Skipper enters the hut.
The authorities were unable to locate any of the loot from the Monarch bank holdup, but several members of the gang confessed, and Jackson Farrell and his men are being brought back for further questioning.
The Coast Guard got him! Good for them!
Yeah, they'll put him in jail where he belongs.
Skipper notices the string of bills spilling onto the floor.
Well,
What are you doing?
oh, well, I went skin diving for the rest of the money. All the pieces. Boy, there's just some big bills. Never seen so many zeros.
And what is it you're gonna do with them?
I want to make one long $1 million bill.
Gilligan counts off a length of currency.
Here, Skipper, have one. Here. Have $300,000.
Thanks, buddy.
Skipper accepts the strip of bills from Gilligan. The end.
Thank you for tuning in. We have been Star Society and Bella Bellagio.
I'm Lizzie Smalls.
I'm Big Sweet.
I'm Duke Winters.
And I'm Dante Abaya.
Until next week.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank
So